Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony. I am your BSL tutor for today, and you will see another person on the screen, female interpreter. She's translating between BSL and English. So I hope everyone is well. Today, as you know, I'm based in Belfast. Unfortunately, it's a bit cloudy today, but it's still lovely and dry and warm-ish, quite warm. Yesterday was an amazingly beautiful day. We had a lovely blue sky and sunshine. Definitely felt like summer. And I'm sure the rest of the UK was similar, probably warmer than us actually in Northern Ireland. If it's your first time joining with us, let me explain what we've been doing. And sorry if this is a bit of a repeat for those of you who are regulars, but for anyone who hasn't been joining us, you might need to know what we're doing. So I started teaching sign language with the Royal Voluntary Service around COVID time in 2020. So I was teaching every year since that. Usually what we do is we start at the beginning of the academic year and we start again with the basic topics of alphabet, greetings, and basic signs. And we run right through until June, which is the end of the academic year. And then we are off for a break during July and August, and then start the process again and refresh everything again in September. So I know it's easy to forget things whenever you're maybe not using it. And also if it's your first time joining this morning, you might think that it's a bit of a jump straight in. But if you're a regular, it's great to have you back again. Really good that everyone is with us. And I hope you are all well and excited for the weekend. I am so looking forward to the weekend. Let me think what I'm planning for this weekend. Well, unfortunately, the weather is supposed to be lovely, but unfortunately, I am actually playing a paddle competition, which is just outside Belfast. It's an Irish Open with everyone coming from all over Ireland, and it's a big tournament. But the reason why I say unfortunately is because I'm going to be indoors all day Saturday and Sunday when the weather is supposed to be good. But anyway. Okay, so the plan for this morning's session is this. Okay, so we only have one session in April, so we're going to talk about Easter because we don't have any other subsequent weeks in Easter planned. So Easter is only, I think, a couple of weeks away, isn't it? Yes, I think it's only a couple of weeks away. It's hard to believe that we are at Easter already. For Christmas just feels like it's not been that long ago. Time is just moving really, really fast. So, hello, Kellyanne. You're welcome as always. And Irene, welcome too. It's actually, I'm just reading down some of the comments here. So thank you for letting me know. I think I'm freezing a little bit, so hopefully everyone is able to see me and able to follow along. Hello, Jane, morning. So as I said, I am going to teach you some signs related to Easter. So that is how we sign Easter. Easter. Oh, thank you, Kellyanne. I missed that sign about your Autism Awareness Month. So this is like the shape of a cross on the back of your hand. So if you can see what I'm doing, Easter, it's like a little cross just made on the back of the hand. And holiday, holiday, holiday. And service or church service. And that is the sign for church. So church, church. There are, again, different religions, of course, which may represent church in different ways. So we're just sort of focusing on church, would be the general sign for most people's Easter. I can add on some, that's synagogue, it's slightly different. Then we have mosque. So there's a few different signs for places of worship. So again, Easter and Easter bunny. Easter bunny. Then we have the sign for chocolates. 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 And egg, as in an Easter egg. I know we sign egg, either fingerspell the word egg or the shape of cracking the top off an egg. So you can sign it EGG, like that. But when it's in the context of an Easter egg, it's more visual to sign it like this, the shape of the Easter egg. So generally that's how it would be signed, Easter egg. Or chocolates. Chocolates. Celebration. Celebration. Good morning, Joan. Good to see you again with us too. Celebration. And memory. That's a nice sign for memory. So you can see what I'm doing there, memory. Or like this, you'll see it sometimes signed like this, memory. And my sign that I use regularly is memory. Memory. Okay, so let's repeat those signs as we always do, first time with the voiceover and second and third time on your own. Okay, so everyone copy along. Easter. Holiday. And service. Memory. Celebration. Chocolates. Egg. Okay. If there are any other specific signs in relation to Easter that you might want to know, please just use the comment box. There are lots of things I could teach you, but if there's anything specific you want, then please just type it and that will guide me as to what to teach you. Okay, so Easter holiday is time for family. So family time, family, family. So it's the finger shape that we have for F. And then you'll see sometimes that it sounds like this in certain regions. In Northern Ireland, we use family just like this, not the F sign, but we do it like this for family. And then this is quality. So it's Q for quality, quality time, quality time. Quality time. And party. Party. And spring, which is now springtime. Spring. Springtime. Flowers. Flowers. Warm. So that is warm. Warm. Okay, so I'm going to repeat those again. First time with the voiceover and second and third time without. Family, or you can sign family like this. Quality, time, party, bunny. Sorry, I forgot about that one when I was repeating them earlier. So bunny. And springtime. Flowers. Warm. Okay. So Jean has asked for the sign for hay fever. So it can be like this, hay fever, which is the same sign as we use for if you've got a cold. And then you can add on the sign like this. So H, so hay fever. So it's H and then as if you're blowing your nose. So hay fever. And the sun, Kellyanne's saying the sun makes her sneeze. Really? Yeah. Yeah, me too. If it's really, really bright, then yes, I sneeze too. I think it's the hay fever and all the pollen in the air that makes us sneeze, isn't it? I don't suffer from hay fever actually. If it's very high pollen count, maybe it irritates me a little bit and my nose runs and my eyes stream. But my wife actually, she does suffer from it quite badly. And we have Julie joining us. Hello, Julie. You're very welcome. So tell me your plans for Easter. Let's hear any nice plans anyone has for Easter. I don't have any holidays booked for Easter because actually I'm working all through Easter, and so is my wife, because at half term or mid-term break we actually went away to Morocco, which wasn't that long ago. So Easter we've got to stay home and work. And also my son Patrick, that's my first eldest son. He is now playing in a serious tennis competition, which is a fairly high level for him. So we obviously want to go to the tournament. It's represented from Northern Ireland and the south of Ireland, so we definitely want to be at home and support him for that. Kellyanne has a sinusitis, which is not nice. That's difficult. Yeah, no, it's not nice at all. Hopefully you don't suffer too badly with it in the incoming season. I don't really know how you get rid of that. Hopefully maybe one day there'll be something, they'll make a cure for it, which takes all the allergy away. One person had told me or mentioned, I think recently, that there is a vaccine, not a tablet, but a vaccine apparently that you can have. And it was actually his friend that had it, but it was for hay fever, but it made him worse. So he thought he would try the vaccine just as a test. And oh, actually, sorry, it did actually work. He doesn't get hay fever anymore because he suffered really, really badly from it. And I think that's a fairly recent thing, fairly new, but maybe it will spread, become more popular. I don't know what the side effects of the vaccine are, which is why I don't want to advocate for it. And I just heard someone telling me that it was good, but I don't know any more about it than that. So tell me your plans for Easter. I want to hear all your lovely plans for Easter. A deaf person from Northern Ireland had been involved in a mainstream theatre company, and they put on a production called Richard III, which is a Shakespeare production. And this was the first deaf person who had been in a mainstream production. And there's a place called the Crescent Arts Centre here in Belfast. And there are other theatres around the city, and they have since that been asking me to do some deaf awareness training. So that's what I'm doing for the Easter weekend. I am doing some deaf awareness training with some of the theatres, which is brilliant, and I'm really looking forward to it because it's fantastic for deaf people to be able to go to the theatre, whether it's with an interpreter or with captions. We have two sign languages in Northern Ireland, as you might know. We have British Sign Language and Irish Sign Language. So that there will be two interpreters for most of the performances, which is lovely and gives access to everyone. So I'm really looking forward to working with the theatres over the Easter weekend. Let me think of any other signs that might be appropriate for Easter. If the weather is really lovely and warm, maybe 16 or 17 degrees or even 18, wouldn't that be lovely? Perhaps we might go out in the camper van for an evening. We are just waiting to get out in the camper van. We haven't been out in it this season because it's just too cold at the minute. Well, we could, but we have to think of the children as well. It might be too cold for them. but it would be exciting to get the camper van out again. Any other people want to ask anything, or well, in England, actually, even some recommendations of places. We would love any places in England. That would be great. And we've covered most of Ireland. And we were talking about this summer, maybe going somewhere different, maybe Scotland, Wales, or England. So we'd love your recommendations. We were thinking of maybe Cornwall this summer, in July, or maybe Wales somewhere. We could get the ferry over from Dublin to Wales and then make some stops along there, and then maybe travel right down to Cornwall. So if there's anywhere anyone knows of, it would be a lovely place to go to, please tell me. I've been to Cornwall once years ago for a tennis competition. I didn't really see much of the countryside, but if there's any places that you know of in Cornwall, because we're not very good in that area, we don't know very much about Wales or Cornwall, so if you have any places that you would love to recommend to me, I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, Kellyanne is talking about the Grand National Horse Race tomorrow. Yeah, that's happening tomorrow. Yeah, it is always around Easter time. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so let's go back to learning our signs. So this is another one that might be useful. Relaxing or relax. You do that on holiday. Relax. Relax. And this is slightly different. You want a break from work. So this is a break. Have an Easter break or Easter weekend break. A break. So relax, slightly different, and break. Present, perhaps. Present or present, either way. Again, regional differences. Present. Most common sign is probably present, as if you're just giving someone a present. And an Easter egg might be a present that you want to give. Children love to count how many Easter eggs they've got. I remember, years ago, getting like 16 or 17 Easter eggs and being in a competition with my brother to see who could get the most. It's not the same anymore, though. My children maybe get 4 or 5 and they think that's brilliant. I don't want to tell them it. In my day, we used to get lots more than that. It was very different in those days. Everyone got more Easter eggs. So that's break and relax. Roast dinner. Roast dinner. Easter is a very Christian tradition in the UK, so perhaps Holy Friday could be signed like this. I know it's called Good Friday or Holy Friday, depending on which tradition you're from. And then Sunday, Easter Sunday. Sunday. And Friday. Yeah, Joan is just saying that Easter eggs are very expensive these days. Yeah. Interesting. I think maybe were they cheaper long ago? I don't know. Were they? Thanks, Jane. You want to know how to sign white, as in white chocolate. So white, milk, and dark chocolate. Or you can sign it like that: chocolate, dairy, dairy milk, dairy, dairy. Or dairy free chocolate, so dairy free. Or plain chocolates, plain, plain. Yeah, Kellyanne, I think you are right. Yes, usually dark chocolate is considered healthier. Mm-hmm. I'm not an expert on food or chocolate or healthy food, to be honest, but I think it is quite well known that that's the case. My wife is dairy free, and she always, she always thinks she's healthier than me. And then I can have the lovely dairy chocolate that she can't. Okay, so let's go over those signs again. So relax, and break, and white. So it's like a flicking motion. White, milk, and dairy. And dairy free. Dark chocolates, or plain chocolates. Expensive, and cheap, because previously things were cheaper, cheap, and cheaper. Favorite, favorite. Jane's favorite is darker plain chocolates. Lovely. I would love just one Easter egg. Hopefully my wife will buy me a lovely Easter egg. I can't remember actually when the last time I had one. Yes, so that's a sign for diabetic. Jean's talking about her granddaughter being diabetic. Diabetic. Monitor. That's how you're monitoring someone. Monitor. And insulin. Insulin either in the arm or the leg. Yeah, that's hard having to monitor your granddaughter constantly. Interesting. Kellyanne says her cousin doesn't eat chocolate anymore. Maybe just COVID has put her off. Maybe her taste has changed since she had COVID. Doesn't feel like she wants it anymore. Okay, so I think that's maybe enough for now. Unless any other comments, anything else you want to talk about regarding Easter or school holidays, or because the children are off school. Maybe watching a film or a program, and playing outside more and more these days when the weather gets better and better and it's bright. Playing. Oh, Easter egg hunt. There's one I forgot. Easter egg hunt. Children love that, don't they? That's the best part of Easter, going on an Easter egg hunt. Hunting for eggs. That's good fun. Really good fun. Good fun. Yes, Joan was just saying that she watched the program on TV that Rose has been making. Yes, very interesting that there are the 2 care homes in the UK. And it's quite sad to see just what's been happening. And a lot of deaf people do go to these care homes, and the communication is so limited. They have no understanding of what's going on, and are very, very lonely. And it is very sad. So it's a very, very interesting project that Rose has been doing, and it's very, very important for everyone, not just for the deaf person, but also for people who are losing their hearing, becoming hard of hearing, and have maybe lost their hearing quite suddenly, maybe age-related hearing loss. So sign language can be important for everyone. Kellyanne is asking for the sign for garden, and watering. But that would be water, but the context of watering the plants is like as if you've got your watering can and you're spreading water over the plants. Again, very contextual signs. So that's plant. Same as spring and plant. Just a different. Spring is more pronounced, and plant is more sort of straightforward and upwards. Yeah, Jean loves that program too. It's really good. Yeah, Joan, you are right. I agree with you 100%. It's giving people more confidence, changing attitudes. It's people who maybe aren't being able to express themselves. It's helping them with their communication. It's helping them to have a lot more confidence, which is brilliant. And also then their well-being will flourish from that too. Okay, so I think that's us pretty much finished for today. I will be back in May. So I hope everyone has a lovely Easter. Thank you again to Royal Voluntary Service for giving me the opportunity to teach BSL to anyone watching around the UK. Thank you everyone for your interest in learning sign language. It makes a massive difference, as I always say, to our deaf community. Thank you for your time, and thank you to the interpreter. Hope you all have a lovely Easter weekend, and I will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.